Howdy all Mulclox Lives. I think it's time to play a little 7 Days to Die. Alright, it's just about daytime. Why are you shut off? I stand here waiting for that thing to finish, and it's not even doing anything. So, hopefully I'm gonna be a little more circumspect with my dying today, because I feel like I just keep digging a hole, right? That I'm never getting out of. And, so I'm really hoping to cut back on the damage that I've been taking. Alright, I kind of dumped all my stuff in here, so let's, here. Let's get some water back out of here, I guess. I'll get food on the run. Alright, I think we're good to go back out doing some exploring. So, let's see. Is that? What is that? It looks like a... Nothing. Alright. Thanks for stealing my stuff, game. So I patched right before we started here. So I don't know what that was. I do see a chicken over here, though. Hey, chicken. Hey, chicken. Chicken don't want to stay. I did, however, get me a nice wrench last time, right? So I can start cranking down some of these cars for supplies. Whoa, what are you doing, guy? Yeah, I took a bit of vacation today, I guess you'd call it. We took a trip today. They had a I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna lie. I am a nerd. And I, even as an adult, really get geeked out about some things. Dinosaurs are one of them. I enjoy me a good dinosaur show. And they had a dinosaur exhibit that you drive your car through. And it was pretty cool. Was it the highest quality? No. They definitely could use some patchwork on some of the dinosaurs. Some of the dinosaurs, though, looked amazing. And their T-Rex was top-notch. They had some other things I'd never heard of before that looked really good, too. But a couple of things you could tell they've been around a while and haven't seen some maintenance. There was this one poor fish, I don't remember what it was called, but it had gotten its eye scraped at some point. And so there's just this big square patch of paint missing on its one robot eye, right? And it's silver. It's the eye wasn't silver, but the scratch part was, and so it just had this big square silver splotch missing out of its iris and part of its pupil. I mean, maybe it was supposed to be like a shiny spot, but it looked much bigger, like it had been scraped. Like you could tell when paint's been scraped off something. So that was really the only one that was really bad. and that's such a minuscule thing for all the things we. There were like 50 dinosaurs there or more, and a lot of them moved and roared and stuff. So, and they were huge. Um, the I'll bet the Patasaurus they had was easily 30 something feet tall, easily. Um, I would say, maybe not. Maybe it was like 20. Let's say it was 25 feet tall. Um, but it was way bigger than the van I was sitting in, and the T Rex was way bigger than the van I was sitting in. Um, and they had like a megalodon was just massive, and like probably 2.5 lengths car lengths. Um, so they were big. That was the whole reason I wanted to go, because it was like see actual massive dinosaurs, and they were huge. Um, and like I said, most of them looked pretty good. And some of them looked really good, and there were a couple that you could tell could use some maintenance work. They had a I can't pronounce the names of these things. The Quetzalcoatl. The problem is I know Quetzalcoatl, which is a god, and it's named after that, and so it's Quetzalcoatl or something like that. So it's not exactly the same. It's a big bird from Ark, and oh right, we did come out here last time and look around a little bit, didn't we? But the end of its wings had the poles sticking through. I was like, "Aw, they could have put a little bit of work on there." But they also had like brand new like dinosaurs I didn't even know existed, like stuff discovered in 2014. I'm not saying that I'm like up and up on my dinosaur knowledge, but usually you know, usually I pay attention when I see an announcement that a new dinosaur has been discovered. And they had stuff that was like, this dinosaur was discovered in 2016 in North America, and we don't have a lot of information on it yet because only a couple of fossils have been found so far. And I was like, man, I hadn't even heard that. And there was something that had been discovered in China in 2014 that they had there mocked up, and um, but it was pretty cool. I liked it. I'm glad I went. I mean, it was my idea, so it's probably a good thing I went to something that was my idea. And I mean, putting it on wasn't my idea. Going to it, I brought it to the attention of my sister, and said, "Hey, we should go to this with your kids, or not." I said, well, just the two of us could go, or I'll just go by myself. I'm gonna go see these dinosaurs, is what I'm saying. And it was cool. It wasn't very expensive. It was like $50 for the whole car to get in and go see it. And we all got some little trinkets and stuff from it. Um, and it was a good time. It was a good time. I I really like the dinosaurs. It was fun to see the dinosaurs. They were so huge. They were so much bigger than the cars. It was crazy. It was also really. I was surprised at how many people had gone to see it. Like, I mean, I know lots of people like dinosaurs. I didn't feel like in the middle of the week, in the middle of the day, that there'd be that much traffic for it. But it was like bumper to bumper all the way through the whole thing. And it was kind of cool though. They had it was corny. It was very corny, but they had a nice. Where's my gear? That's not my gear. This is my gear. This modify. Can you take a modify? Yes. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. I thought this was a mod. This is the actual helmet. Never mind. I got my mining helmet. I thought that was the light mod. That's I saw a little I'd better look at the stuff that I've placed in my chest. I might not have actually put mods in there. I might have put the real thing. Oh, I was going to work on my garden today too. Or try to anyways. I probably don't have the ability to do any of that stuff. But yeah, there was easily like 30 to 50. I didn't count, and there were a lot. And there were like some things were in packs, and so when I say 30 to 50, I mean like 30 to 50 different kinds. There were easily 50 dinosaurs there. Get out of here, you dirty buzzard. I forget these guys are on the roofs, and then I come here and they tear me up. Can you tell I've been playing Terraria today? I keep hitting escape to open my inventory. Whoa, what happened there? And they had them arranged by they had them arranged by era, so that was cool. So you could see like these dinosaurs live together in this era, and these dinosaurs live together in this era. One of the things that was super corny but made me chuckle was they're like the T-Rexes have escaped from their pen, right? And they're like, we've sent 7 security guards to try and find the T-Rexes. Has anyone seen them? Let's hope that we can get the T-Rexes back into their pens and nobody gets hurt. I mean, us 6 guards, right? Because there was no, there's 6, and then they're like down to 4, I think, by the time the whole little corny story is done. But and then you could get a bag with stuff, and so we got some bags with stuff, and it came with a T-shirt and a little craft book with like coloring pages and make your own dinosaurs out of like paper and stuff. And but then it had a cool thing in there. It's got a little block of sandstone with fossils in it, and it includes like a little pick and brush so that you can dig out your own fossils, which is pretty cool. I don't know if I'm gonna do it. It seems like a lot of work, but the kids really were liking it. Uh, uh, hello? Oh, I see. It was furniture shoved in front of the doorway? Or was it just a bad placement? Hey, I really don't want to go down in the basement, so. I should probably check out inside this building, though, because I didn't go inside the building. You know, I don't like how you guys keep running up on me. I don't appreciate that. I do like it when your heads pop off, though. That's pretty nice. Weird. There is not a door. Let's go around the back here. And then last night was also D&D night. So let's talk a little bit about D&D night because, woo boy, we had an argument. So the adventure we're playing is all inside a dungeon. No, let me rephrase that. The adventure we're playing through is all inside of a mountain that has been carved out over the years by like dwarves and stuff. And so there's like an entire world inside this mountain. And so it goes, there's just no way in from out here. So I guess back up on the roof to look again. I didn't look very hard. Did I miss a... Oh, there's a big hole right here. Okay. I don't like the idea of dropping into this place, though. Well, what if I just throw myself off the side of the mountain here, or the side of the building? So, we had, Okay, so here's part of the issue. Part of the issue is that it's supposed to be this living underground, you know, ecosystem. I don't know if that's the word I want or if that's even a word. Of different layers, and each layer is its own self-contained ecosystem of things that are going on, basically. Sort of. But, and I've talked many times about how poorly I find D&D adventures to be written, and this one is no exception. Nothing connects, and it requires some finesse on the part of the DM to ensure that things are flowing together correctly. And so, like, when you go on the first level of the dungeon, right? So that's when you first start. There's there's not a lot going on the first level. But one of the things that really sticks out to me that we did on the first level was we opened a door and it exploded from a trap that we couldn't detect or see that nearly killed us all. And so we have not encountered one of them in weeks of playing since that moment. It's right at the beginning, and it has the potential to do like 60 points of damage. And at the level that you start, that's like way more than your health. I mean, you don't start at level 1. But... Whoa! What the heck? If I was playing some D&D right there and the Lich had come for me. Get out here, you stupid crawly. That wasn't crawling, that was flying through the air. So anyways, so we get down in there and we clear the first floor, we clear the second floor. last week, or was it last week? I don't think we played last week. So the last time we played, we had reached the end of the. I don't think I have bullets on me though. Does it have bullets in it? No. We reached the end of the 3rd floor. Oh man, I'm getting so close to my next level and I am like dead. Where was that food I saw? Did I eat the food? I don't remember eating the food, but I might have eaten the food. I was going to eat the food. I clearly ate the food, right? I want to go ahead and get my stats up to try and get some health regening here. And so we had cleared this 3rd floor. Wait, I can't pick the locks? I got lock picks. Oh, it's right there. I saw that as a lock symbol. I don't know. I was looking for the lock picks as the symbol. I don't know why. I just was. And so we had cleared this 3rd floor, and so part of the floor is a river running through the middle of it. And so when we finished, we had I don't like sledgehammers. We had come on, grab that stuff. We had that doesn't help me. I'll take those. I don't think they really help me that much though. Search that, right? Oh, nope. Don't touch me. I'm so heavy with stuff, I don't... Oh, and there's no way out of this place. I am trapped. Dang it! So close. So close to level I'm at. I was hoping not to die before my level. You know what, spawn on? Oh no. I didn't replace my bed. You know what? My inventory's full. I'm gonna be slow walking here anyways. I need to mark my tower because I don't have it marked. I think it's this right here, right? We'll make sure that's it before I commit. So, so we left and we went back to the surface because 1st floor has no town, 2nd floor has no town, or really any place to rest inside the dungeon. 3rd floor turned out to be the same way. We've been told that there was a town on the 3rd floor, but turns out there's a town connected to the 3rd floor, but it's not really part of the 3rd floor. So, so we headed back to the surface because, well, we had reached our next level and we wanted to get our next level before we entered town. And there's really no place to rest where we were at. we hadn't made any friends. There weren't any groups that you could really be friendly with. I mean, I guess technically, no, no. We got in a big fight with the goblins, so we weren't friends with them anymore. Um, it wasn't our fault. Our DM got us in a fight with the goblins. There's a group of hobgoblins, but I didn't really feel trusting in them. And but anyway, so the book talks about how, like, if your players clear a floor in the dungeon, then things are supposed to change based on the fact that they're creating emptiness, right? Because the dungeon is always got people going in and out of it. And so if you've killed off the group that controls the floor, then another group might come in and control the floor. Well, that requires your DM to do some work. So our DM is not interested in doing work. Our DM is interested in making the game as irritating as possible. I'm pretty sure that's his goal. And so we sometimes have very loud arguments with him. So so we're at the surface when we started, and we want to do some shopping because we have a ton of money. And this is another thing that I hate, is that I feel like our circumstance is weird because we finished another adventure with these same characters, and he left us with way too much money. But he also has no way for us to spend the money. In fact, if we spent just a little bit of the money that we have, we would actually have a continuous revenue stream because we own a tavern and we just refuse to fix it up so that people will come to it. We won't open it as a tavern. He really wanted us to, but we refused. It's a weird thing, and I don't think my characters would do it. And so we have thousands of gold, which is a lot of money in D&D. It's 1,500 gold pieces for a full suit of plate armor. And my one character had 9,000 gold pieces when we started last night. So he won't put anything in the game that makes us want to buy it. So we're like, hey, we'd like some magic items. Well, they don't have magic items anywhere in the largest city in the fantasy world. Like, I really don't think this should work. There should at least be some magic something or another, man. Some of it also, like, falls on D&D as well, because, like, healing is an emergency thing in this game. It's not a thing that you're supposed to really worry about. The game is designed, it feels like, to be who can put out the damage the fastest wins. And so you don't do a lot of healing. You win and then rest. And so oh, well, why were you still telling me that I didn't have stamina? There we go. And so you don't buy a lot of heal potions necessarily, which would be a great money sink. But not only do we not use them very often, but he also won't sell them to us very often. And so you go to the store and you're like, I've got 9,000 gold to spend. And he's like, you can pick anything from the regular equipment in the book, And let me roll. He's also got 2 regular heal potions. I had 9,000 gold coins. That's 100 gold coins he wants me to spend. I want something that's worth my money, but there's nothing worth my money. And so last night he finally rolled some stuff that was worth having. So I did spend about 3,000 gold coins. Um, I got a new belt, which increased my strength by 3 points, which is a lot. And I mean, I say it's a lot. It's a lot, but all it means is I get to put an extra number on my dice rolls, right? It didn't increase me by amazing amount. It increased me by 1 point on my dice rolls. But that stops me from having to waste that on when I go up 2 more levels. I would have done the same thing. So the belt helps me take care of that. But anyways, I haven't even got to the argument, and it's like time to quit the episode anyways. So let's get to the argument. So we cleared this whole floor, and in the middle of it's a river, and the last thing we cleared was to go upriver. And so we took this ferryman across the river, and we cleared an area, and then we came back because it didn't lead anywhere. And then we took the ferryman back across the river. And then we fought our way down some tunnels, and we got a boat. Dang it. Seriously? I've got to do something about the top of this, because this having to get off the ladder and then walk across the open gap, as you saw, just killed me and sent me all the way back to here. Ugh. So glad I spent a lot of time walking back home. So I think we got attacked like twice heading upriver to get out of that place. Twice. So then last night, right at the beginning, after we do our little bit of shopping, we're like, all right, we're ready to go to the 3rd floor city. We're finally ready. And so I'm like, so that river that we took just flows out, because I didn't want to have to go through the hassle of detailing our walk down floor 1, floor 2, and floor 3, because I thought that's what would happen, because I thought there'd be things had maybe moved in. And since we took a boat upriver to the bay, maybe we could take the boat downriver and get back to the tunnels where we left to, get out and take the tunnels to the city. Well, he was fine with that. And so then he says, all right, so before your boat gets to the landing, I'm going to need you to roll, I don't know, well, let's say an acrobatics or an athletics check. So I roll, and I rolled bad. I got a 9, and then my other guy got a 20, and then the other guy got a, I want to say 16, and then the other guy got a 3, and he didn't roll for the last guy. But then he says, all right, so if you didn't get over 15, you take 20 points of damage, because I don't feel like rolling the combats for the chance encounters in the river. And I'm like, what? And he's like, well, if you're going to take the river, you're going to get attacked. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, 20 points of damage is more damage than I probably will take in an entire night of gameplay. What do you mean we're starting out 20 points down? Not just 20 points, 20 points each. there's 5 of us in this group, technically. That's 100 points of damage. My guy has 76 points of damage total, and he's level 8. Uh, and so that's a lot of hit points. You won't take 100 hit points of damage in a fight most of the time. Uh, that's like an entire night's worth of damage. 100 hit points. And I'm like, what? What do you mean we're taking 20 points of damage? He's like, well, see, it works like this. So every time you cross a squiggly line in the river, I'm like, we don't see any squiggly lines in the river. He's like, oh, let me fix that for you. So most of the map is blacked out to us because he controls what we can see. So we can see like one squiggly line. And he says, so every time you cross a squiggly line, you have to get attacked. And then I roll to see what attacks you. And so since I didn't think we would want to have to go through every encounter, I just chose to roll d8s for the damage that everybody was going to take from each fight. And so I rolled 7 d8s because you would have been attacked 7 times. Uh, and uh, and so that's the damage you took because you failed. Well, even if you succeeded in your check, you still took half the damage he rolled, which apparently was 20. We don't get to see his rolls, and which I hate because I know he's cheating. And well, it's called fudging the numbers as a DM. I disagree with that philosophy. There are other ways to get around things than fudging the numbers. And so yeah. So he's like, well, if you're going to take the river down, then, you're going to have to take this damage. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. We're on a boat. We'd be able to steer around stuff, or we'd at least fight it from a distance. Well, let me read what the book says. The book says if you roll this, then 4 Minotaur skeletons rise up out of the water. Will-o-wisps appear. Blah 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 blah. I'm like, that's still not going to equal 100 points of damage to us. I'm like, let's fight it out. And he's like, I don't want to go through all that. And he's like, if you just took the tunnel, then you wouldn't take any damage. I'm like, then what's the difference? What precisely is the difference if we take the tunnel or the boat? Well, the book says, I'm like, why is walking through the tunnel safer than taking the boat? We already fought this stuff once. So you're telling me that all this stuff is still here, but all the stuff in the tunnels doesn't come back? Well, yeah, because you killed the stuff in the tunnels. I'm like, this is insane. This is insane what you're telling me right now. So if we say we walk down 3 floors of a dungeon, we're not getting attacked, but if we take the boat for part of one level, we're going to take 100 points damage. That's what you're saying. Yeah, that's what the book says. So I look in the book after we're done. There are 2 squiggly lines between where we started and where we wanted to get off. 2. So I didn't even look up to see if you get attacked every time you cross a squiggly line. There were 2 places, 2, that we should have been attacked. So at most, we should have taken 16 points of damage, according to what he was saying. 16. Not 20 each, 16 each. At most. And it probably wouldn't have rolled double eights, although he would have said it rolled double eights because, that's how he is. But, what? What? I took one piece out. Come on, game. That's really weird. I took this piece out, one piece right here, and that caused stuff to collapse on this tower. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Pick up your bedroll. Put your bedroll back down. There you go. Now let's go up before we quit here to see what happens. So the whole top of this tower fell off because I took off one piece at the bottom. That's weird. All right. Well, with that, I am going to call it a day. So be better than the small things, lean to the light, and I will. Oh, we took the tunnels. We took the tunnels, so we didn't take any damage. We didn't get attacked walking through the tunnels, but it'd take you 2 days, 2 to 3 days if you walk the tunnels. You can get to the town in less than a day if you. We don't keep track of food or anything like that. We just occasionally say, "Oh, you deduct a gold to say you refilled your supplies." So it was the pettiest, most pointless thing I think he has ever done in our game was to demand that we take 100 points of damage if we moved half, not even half, a, a quarter of the river on floor 3 by boat, rather than say our guys walked 3 floors through the tunnels. He's like, well, there's no damage if you go through the tunnels. Fine, we go through the tunnels. Because I'm not taking 20 points of damage because you don't want to run the combat. That's not even, well, you can take a short rest. I'm like, yeah, what if something horrible happens in the city and we need to fight, and then I need a short rest after that, and I've used up stuff healing myself from your take damage for no reason. It's not happening. It's not happening. Anyways, lean into the light. I'll talk to you later.